Hello, Confidence family. How are you? I hope the start of your March has been smooth and that you've had some time to clean up, clear out the clutter, and get organized. This week's video is all about the little ones in your life, especially those who are school-aged. Getting your children to contribute at home and participate in household cleaning and organization is one thing. But encouraging them to apply those same tools when it comes to school can be a whole different beast. This week, our ACM team is coming at you with 3 tips to help your kids stay organized in school. So hit that like button and subscribe, and let's dive in. As I'm sure you know all too well, staying on top of all of the tasks that make up your adult life can be a lot. As you've gotten older and more responsibilities piled on, you've had to develop organizational skills to keep it all together. And hopefully over time and with practice, it's gotten easier and smoother. But even though you may have it down to a perfect science at this point, it's important to remember that there are still new skills for our kiddos. Developing confidence in our organizational skills takes practice, just like anything else. And just like it's your job as a parent or trusted adult to help support your child on their confidence journey, that same support is needed when it comes to keeping track of schoolwork and staying on top of new responsibility. That's absolutely not to say that these school responsibilities should become your responsibility. We don't want you doing your kids' homework. Of course not. That's certainly not the goal. Instead, the goal is to help support little learners in their acquisition and practice of these new skills and provide some helpful tools that can assist along the way. So what are these tools? While there are many different ways for little ones to get organized with their classwork, our team came up with 3 that we found to be most effective across all ages. Get your pen and paper ready. Our first tip is here. A planner. Depending on the age of your child, this may be something already offered by the school, but if it's not, head to your nearest Target, Office Max, or really any big chain store and make a date out of selecting one. Pick a planner your child loves and sit down and talk through how to use it. For little ones, this might be simply having them practice putting a check mark or an X next to the different subjects during the day to indicate that they do or do not have homework. Then you can help them check their take-home folder to follow up. For older elementary or middle school age kids, this should look like writing down the different assignments during the class period. As a parent, you can still check in with these assignments at home. However, with time and as your child gets older, your involvement can hopefully be phased out. And if your child is struggling to mark down assignments during class, well, reach out to their teachers. Our ACM team is made up of many active teachers who know the importance of teaming with parents. It may take a simple reminder from their teacher to encourage your child at school to get their assignments written down. Our next tip, build a non-negotiable homework routine. Non-negotiable. This could be afternoon or evening schedule. Unlike many adults, students tend to leave their work at work. In other words, when they come through that door at home, their school day has ended and there are other priorities on their mind. And while this separation is absolutely healthy and necessary, it's important to build some home time that becomes work time. Once they start consistently doing this, they will get into that pattern. So sit down with your child and discuss a timeline that seems reasonable and attainable. Talk about the conditions that help them, focus on the conditions that distract them, and come up with like a whole plan you both can agree on. For many families, that means having an hour of snack and relaxation, or maybe some playtime before sitting down for an hour of work before dinner. Other families may want to spend the first hour upon returning from school on work so that the rest of the afternoon can be reserved for family time. While different families will create different plans, it's important to involve your child in this conversation. While getting the work done is not something up for negotiation, your child should have some voice and choice in how and when it gets done, just like we do as adults. And for our final tip, checklists. Your child has their assignments written down in their notebook or planner. They have a designated homework time established. Now it's time to list these items out so they can visualize what needs to get done and the order they plan to complete it. For little ones, you can build in some breaks throughout the checklist to avoid work fatigue. For example, maybe after completing their math and reading homework, they get a 5-minute break before moving on to their science assignment. This checklist is something you can help your little learner with as they begin to use this way of getting their work done. So the goal here is for the children to create their own checklist, their own planner, and their own time so they get the work done. The one thing that we do feel at ACM is practice is what brings confidence, right? So we want children to practice the self-efficacy, sitting down, making a plan, writing in their planner, making a checklist, and getting things checked off on the checklist. Well, we have some freebies for you to aid your child's confidence journey. I sincerely hope that the tools that we are giving you are helpful to you and your family this spring and for the years to come. Comment below and let me know how you are helping your child stay organized. What's working for you? What's not? I'd love to hear from you. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead, and I'll catch you next week.